how to use your resources to build a stronger and more powerful city. So before I talk about the strategies, let's look at something over here. If you look at some of the city in my alliance, you will notice that under under commander info, you see battle power 9 million over, you see the city level. Now city level and battle power shows scary on the outside, but it doesn't reveal your stats. It means including your long range attack, your melee HP. These are all very, very important stats over here. So it doesn't reflect this on your city. And so you can look scary on the outside, but the enemy can crush your troops with a single fleet of with their single max fleet army. And we have tried to reinforce one of our member in the same alliance. 8 of us, we couldn't even beat the enemy single fleet troops. So that shows how powerful is the stats. And today in this video, apart from talking about how you are going to use resources, you are going to learn how to use resources to improve your stats as well. So one of the way to improve your stats with resources would be the academy. Under academy, research, military, this is the place where you get you start your research and improve your stats, such as melee armor, melee HP. These are all very, very important ones. Long range HP as well, and you can see long range weapon, which is this one right over here. As you can see, I upgrade most of them. I try to keep it as high as possible. So these are very, very important. And when you go, when your city level increase, such as C26, C27, 28, you realize that the resources required to do research it will cost almost as high as a building. For example, to do melee mid-range weapons, it costs you 4 million food and oil, 500 over 1,000 steel, and almost 300,000 minerals. So it costs so much. Some people will back off from this research and rather save up to do their building upgrades. I recommend you to not skip this and go ahead, because I would rather you spend resources to do this research than saving up and look scary on the outside but you have weak stats. Okay, so the next one I would always go to is garage. Garage, when you upgrade it, it will increase your max fleet number. That is one. Number two, in garage you can upgrade some of the important stats as well, such as max wounded units, wounded ratio, fleet speed, and others. About 6 different technologies. You can use garage to do this research on the text, which will help you. So the third one that I would go for would be the statistics that is important for me would be some of the buildings over here. Example, hospital, I always try to upgrade it, and I will use construction speed up, because if your hospital level is higher, you will be able to heal your troops faster. So you use less healing speed up. And of course, over here, medic stations allows you to increase your max wounded units limit, each 14,000. So as well as the training grounds. These are all very, very important. Okay, so the fourth one would be equipments. Now here's the issue. Equipments, the materials, you can only gain from attacking monster or buying packs right over here. Okay, so let's look at this. Over here there's materials chest. Okay, so there are sometimes limited time deals that you can take advantage of. Materials, extensions you can get from here as well under exchange store, but this is not something you can exchange with resources. Okay, So materials and power ore you can go and gather, you can get from participating events, but materials generally you can't exchange with resources other than this place over here, black market. Black market is one of the my favorite place to spend all my resources. In fact, the first place that I always spend my resources would be over here. Now where? Under here, sell, where you can sell your resources and exchange for cash. With cash, you are able to buy things over here such as the speed up, gather bonus, sometimes elite teleport, shields, battle fog, and different types of items over here. And I always use the refresh button on the top right hand side where it requires 10, 20, 10, 20, 40 gold. With this way, I am able to refresh and I am able to exchange more resources to cash and able to get more of these items. I always buy a few things over here. Fuel is one of them. Another one would be officer skill. Wait a minute. Officer fragments chest. Material I'll buy from here as well. Materials normal and superior I'll buy from here as well. Okay, so officer skill chest you can buy from here. Okay, so let's talk about officer. So just now I've covered you need to improve your equipment to improve your stats, and you can get some of the items from the black market. The next one would be officers. Officers fragments you can get from the black market as well. That is why I recommend you to use black market as frequent as possible. This is the favorite place, and most of the people don't even use this because you need to spend gold and you need to spend resources to exchange for cash. But do you know that elite teleport normally it costs you 2,000 gold. In black market it only costs 1,600 gold, which is very cheap. Okay, and you can use this exchange to exchange items that you really want. And I always refresh it until it hit about 60 gold. Okay, same for exchange store over here. I also refresh unless I run out of the coins. So how about, some people would ask, how about passion, how about troops? Should I spend resources on troops? I generally recommend you to spend resources on recruiting troops, but only the highest level possible. Like right now I'm recruiting T9 and T10, so that is the highest. I will not recruit T8. And the next thing would be you need to check your total units. Right now my wounded units over here, okay, if I am going to change this to Brave Star and Rock Bell, that will increase my max wounded unit, you will realize that my max wounded will be 271,000. I'm trying to push it to 300,000. With that, I'm able to have more troops and will not be afraid of losing them. This is very important. Generally, you do not need lots of troops. What you need is quality strong troops. I use a guideline that I always use would be a single fleet. For example, let's say I am going to change this back to General Morgan and Godfather. If I am going to hit a level, let's say a level 17, of course I won't hit that. If you look at over here on the top left hand side, I am able to send out 173,000 units of my troops. Generally, the first goal would be trying to achieve 173,000 troops, strong ones. The second goal would be achieving double the amount, which is 350,000 roughly. After that, you multiply by 3, and I generally stop there. So 173,660. Let's multiply by 3. 520,000. So if you look at my units, I'm slightly higher, about 60,000 more than multiply by 3. So I'm going to most likely suicide about 60,000 low level T8 troops in Void War or the next KE. So this is very important. We don't want too many troops. Too many troops is very hard to control, and we want quality, we don't want quantity. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Hope it assists you in planning your resources.